How much time do you spend sitting? We're good at it. We're really good at it as humans because our brains learn what we practice, and we sit a lot. Sitting's got a bad name. People say it's evil. But the real problem is that we get trapped in sitting. So let's do this unsitting movement here. As you're lying down, you could have a pillow under your head, but just sort of notice where you are. And notice where the knees, how much the knees like to come forward. And let's just do a little bit of observation that as you begin to straighten out your legs, you're just reaching your legs slowly down toward the foot of the mat. If you were standing upright and you're looking for what is that last little bit of effort it takes to straighten up, how much effort does it take to hold the hips forward at the very end? That's what we're looking. People have these glute pains. Well, look at the other side of the globe. Can be this crease at the front of the hip flexion. If we're stuck in a little bit of hip flexion, well, that's always opposition for the glutes having to push those hips forward so we can be upright. So just sort of notice how much it takes to straighten out. Here we're going to do this movement, unsitting. So I like to just have my fingers interlocked, and you're resting on your elbows and your belt buckle is down on the floor. Okay. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to start with the knees a little bit close together, and as the knees are together, we can begin to push those knees into the floor. Okay. Just let that relax. So this time, as we push the knees into the floor, we're going to slowly bring the belt buckle and the belly up off the floor. We're just going to come on back, and it's like I'm pulling I'm just folding, I'm deepening the crease at the front of the hip. And then I'm just going to slowly come out of that easy. And front pockets are going to touch first. Can we have a load amplified psoas release in a way? The full body weight. It's so strong. We're so good at it. Adjust those elbows. Okay, maybe the elbows are a little bit more under you. Come on up. And you're pulling the knees up toward the chest. And I like doing it with my knees bent. Okay. Then we're using the muscles of the front, tops of the thigh that also crosses the hip. Rectus femoris. And we're just lowering down easy. Easy out of that. Coming down easy. Okay. Now bring knees further apart. Coming on up. We squat into it and drag the knees all the way on up toward the chest. And then we're just going to lower down easy. Does your brain know how to let that vector open? Because psoas is a triangular muscle. It has lots of different angular vector potential. Does this angle know how to open? Can you set the front of your pelvis down onto the floor? And we're just going to bring the knees even further apart. As you come on up, I'm dragging the knees in together. Okay. And I'm lowering down out of that. Can the front pockets touch first? Can I lower down easy? Come out of that. Okay. I'm bringing my one knee out to the side. The other leg is the focus side. So as I come up, both knees help lift the pelvis away from the floor. But it's the focus side that's opening. The focus side angle, the hip is opening. The hinge of the hip opens. Okay. Lowering down easy. And closing on up one more time. Both knees lift, closing it on up, and then opening slow. Can the focus side front pocket touch first? And then we can do the other way. So here it's my left side is the focus side. My right knee is out to the side. I'm coming on up. I'm lowering slowly. One more time. Closing on up. Opening slowly. Front pocket touches first. And for extra credit, you can come up. As we come on up, arch the back to push the tummy forward to really deepen the crease. It's like you're pulling the thighs up, trying to touch the tummy. Okay, there. Can you open out of that? Can the front pockets touch first? There you go. And then just lie down on your side again. And let's just observe. If you're going to reach those legs down and straighten up, how much effort do the glutes have to push the hips forward for you to be straight? Is it easier now? Okay? You can't address back pain without also looking at the other side of the equation. You have to address the front of the hip flexion, and the muscles that come up and attach to the front of the low back spine. I call that movement unsitting. I think it's a very good psoas release because it's amplified enough to give the feedback your system needs to feel a muscle that's very hard to feel. It's often tight in people without us knowing it. That's the problem. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. I'm Eric Cooper, InspireSomatics.com.